Hello, my name is John Convery, and thank you for joining me for this week's edition of John's Coffee Break. I'm delighted you've decided to take a few moments to visit with me. Now, if you've watched these before, you know I always try to take a pithy issue and showcase it in this particular moment, and I'm going to do that today with the idea of asking the question, where do you want to spend your retirement years? Have you ever thought about that? You know, there's a sub-trend I've seen anecdotally going on with my clients in my advisory practice. Many seem to want to migrate up north to places like Alpharetta, Georgia, places like Johnson City, Tennessee, of course Ocala, and places along the shoreline enjoying the lovely Atlantic frothy waves coming in on the sanded beaches of places like Flagler, old Flagler Beach, and Ormond Beach. Now, up in that area, it's kind of, you know, old charming world circa 1950s Florida. You don't see these shimmering skyscrapers peppering the shoreline. What you see is quaint little cottages, and it's a quieter, quainter, more serene, serendipitous pace of life. But you know, I'll give you an example of why this can be important. The cost savings. Recently, I was in to have some work done, and my dental hygienist was telling me after 23 years, she's counting the days, opining the days until she hits age 65. Her husband's retiring from the South Florida Water Management District in Palm Beach as an engineer, and they've got this lovely place amongst the pastures and the apple orchards up in Ocala, which is equine country. And I asked her about the place, and she was so animated and so excited, looking forward to the dream of spending the retirement there. And she told me about the place. Modular home, 4 bedrooms, 3 full elegant baths, a 4-car detached 4-car garage, apple trees, beautiful pastured land, split rail fence, you know, ring fencing the whole thing, 7 lush acres. And when I asked her what she thought she could sell it for, she goes, "Oh, John, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in selling it." I said, "Well, I know, but if you were going to list it for fair market value, what on earth do you think you should get?" She goes, "Oh, geez, that's a good question. You know, I think we could get about $179,900. What? 179,000? 4 bedrooms, 7 acres, apple orchards? Are you kidding me?" And guess what? Up there, they're outside of the cone of uncertainty, or the probability zone that basically we almost always fall into with hurricanes Irma and the like down here in South Florida. You know, 50% in my investigation of property casualty insurances, 50% of what you pay for homeowners insurance is for wind load damage associated with hurricanes that have not yet occurred, but they're baked into the premiums you pay for homeowners insurance. When we figured it all out, guess what? Her property taxes are half for 7 acres, and she's going to save about 60% in homeowners insurance. Her costs automatically plummet about $9,000 a year for a quiet, serendipitous quality of life up in lovely Ocala, which has really got a beautiful vibe and rolling lush hills, lovely, lovely country. Now, why do I share that with you? Because in Tony Robbins' book, he talks about a book he wrote called Money Master the Game. He talks about changing your lifestyle or where you want to live. He did it by moving from California, a high state income tax state, into Manalapan in a beautiful mansion down here where we have no state income tax. That was a huge windfall. Think about how you can buy your lifestyle for half as much. And we all know the cost of housing and the attendant responsibilities of property taxes and insurance can be a big burdensome yoke. Think about, as you move toward retirement, where do you want to spend that retirement, and how can you buy your lifestyle for half as much? Here's my thought for you. If you can lower your housing costs dramatically and have a lovely place to live, that's going to give you a little more discretionary, free spended cash flow circulating into your household that you can take that indulgent Mediterranean cruise or do something lovely or be generous to your favorite charity. But at the end of the day, where do you want to spend your retirement, and look to buy your retirement lifestyle for half as much? Thank you for joining me for this week's edition of John's Coffee Break, and have a magnificent day. Goodbye now.